Nice some food, nice, very nice.
Juicy, spicy tacos dipped into a cup of piping hot consomme. If you're not paying attention, you could walk by some of the best tacos in New York City.
Cool, man.
I had like tacos all over the world, and this is probably one of the best I ever ate. I had to stop here every day after work.
Queens has some of the most diverse food in the continental US. And one of the buzziest new spots here is this unassuming taco truck.
Now, I love very little in this life more than a good taco, and these tacos, these specific kinds of tacos, have been taking over my Instagram feed, they've been taking over LA, they have finally hit New York, and I cannot wait to get my hands on them. So let's go check it out.
If somebody's truck becomes very, very popular and very successful, why don't they upgrade to a spot?
Food truck Birria opened in the fall of 2019, and it didn't take long for New Yorkers to take note. It even received a 2-star review from the New York Times, which rarely covers food trucks. Brothers Jose and Jesus Moreno run the whole operation, with Jose taking the day shift to prep and cook, and Jesus staying until the early morning hours to serve hungry night owls. There are only 4 items on the menu: tacos, tostadas, bolitas, and consomme. And each is stuffed with this, a spicy beef stew called birria, which has its roots in Mexico, but has, in recent years, dominated the Los Angeles food scene.
Up to a certain point, the less options a menu has, the better the food is. That's just
I went to California.
Simple mathematics, man.
Birria is so popular over there in LA. I get back to New York, I feel like I miss them. The only way if I want to eat tacos de birria again is if I make it. Nobody sells over here this way.
The birria begins here, in a shared kitchen space where various New York City food trucks prep for service. 3 times a week, Jose fills these 4 massive pots with the ingredients needed to make enough fresh birria to feed an army.
I'm using all my experience, 20 years, to put in this pack of birria. We make with love, like we take the time to put the salt piece by piece. And you let it rest, that meat can absorb the salt, and then it's much better.
Porque la birria es mejor, esta es mejor, dependiendo las, pero o sea, cada persona la hace diferente, pero él la prepara, es mejor, el procedimiento, todo, y si la haces con amor te va a salir mejor.
In its birthplace of Jalisco, Mexico, traditional birria is made with lamb or goat. But because it's a bit more accessible, Birrialandia's take starts with 100 pounds of beef cut into large chunks and seasoned generously with salt and pepper.
100 pounds?
To each pot, Jose adds a blend of spices, all of which he measures not so precisely with a serving spoon. Paprika, bay leaves, oregano, cumin, cinnamon, cloves, salt, and pepper. He blends together chipotle peppers and fresh onions, boiled guajillo peppers, and garlic, like a lot of garlic, to give this dish its signature depth and spice. The blender is tiny, so it takes a lot of batches to pump out enough puree to flavor all this birria. The birria is left to marinate for about 4 hours, then separated. The beef from the stew is chopped up and used in the tacos, mulitas, and tostadas. And the broth is saved to make a hearty cup of soup called consomme.
That's probably wicked, though.
Then it's all packed up and loaded onto the truck. Birrialandia parks in the same spot starting at 5 p.m. every day, on Roosevelt Avenue in Jackson Heights, Queens, right under the elevated tracks of the 7 train. The perfect spot for hungry commuters and pedestrians.
People from everywhere are eating my tacos, and that made me so happy. We are in the right moment. Right now, it's tacos fever all New York.
Once parked, the real work begins.
That's pretty cool.
These tacos are all about flavor, so it's no wonder the tortillas are dipped in the residual fat from the consomme. Not only does this add flavor and the signature bright red color, but it also saves some money, because there's no
Mr.
reason to
Cal,
buy frying
you are
oil.
watching this
They're
type of
topped with the
cooking
beef
video
and
right
Birria
now,
stew, of
when you
course,
have an enormous
then
number of
onion and
recent
fresh
cooking
cilantro.
videos available by none other than England's best chef, the one and
I usually
only
don't like
King's
tacos in New York City because of the tortilla, because it's pretty bland, and these are very good.
Was it worth coming out here on this
Okay,
cold,
cooking.
cold day to eat a taco?
We live right around here, so it's just a walk for
Oh,
us.
so you're cheating. Okay.
And according to Chef Jose, if you don't get a cup of consomme to dip your tacos in, you're doing it all wrong.
We are right now the classic taco de birria.
Okay.
It's the classic, the meat, onion, cilantro, and sauce. This is the magi. This is the magi, the truth. You eat a taco and the consomme in one bite. So, I mean, this is genius.
On a day like today, when it is
That looks sick.
25 degrees outside, this is the best thing I could have thought to have eaten. You can tell with the meat that you really took the time to season it, and it's spicy, but it's not overwhelmingly spicy.
Yes.
Yeah, it's built for all different kinds of palates. And the tortilla, it's like crispy, but it's soft.
Exactly. You have both texture when you eat.
Yeah, I could eat 12 of these.
A lot of people, they just dip the taco, eat the finish, and they left the consomme.
That's a crime. The consomme is the best part. Next
Yeah.
time I have a cold, will you bring this to my house?
Across, yeah.
Yeah. This is very special.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Cheers. One day, one lady, this is true, it's true. One lady
Easy?
tell me, can I have one of these to go for my boyfriend? I say, yeah. They say, two. I say, oh, you had two boyfriends?
Good one, dude. Halal guys.
A generous helping
Guys,
of
I never had this, guys. Guys, is this good? Halal guys.
golden yellow rice sits underneath 12-hour marinated chicken, seared until tender. Roasted gyro meat sliced straight from the vertical spit,
Overrated?
packed together with crisp lettuce, tomato, onions, and peppers, along with a few delicate slices of pita, served soft and warm from
It's
the
bland.
stove. But it's the
Holy
extra creamy
Jesus.
secret white sauce
What
and
is
notoriously spicy red sauce that made the Halal Guys chicken and gyro platter a New York legend.
Oh, really?
The word halal refers to a specific way of butchering meat in the religion of Islam.
Maybe
But
I'm wrong,
in
but
New York,
I prefer tzatziki over any white sauce, whatever.
because of this one food cart,
I think it's just too
people
good.
also use halal as shorthand for a whole collection of
It's hard to
street meat
replace in, like, a
sandwiches
pita.
and combo platters.
Or
The most famous of
Well,
which
it's
is a
not pita, but
platter with
yeah.
only 5 key ingredients.
It's like one of my favorite
nah,
foods
that's one
to
I'll
eat.
take, yeah.
So I came the first time I remember, and I ate it, and I was in love instantly. And it was like one of the best things I've ever ate in my life.
And
Till
we're
now,
Egyptian too.
Yeah.
So they're Egyptian. Just feels like.
feels like home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Combo everything on it? Combination? Sure.
The combo platter starts with a layer of golden yellow rice, which is made from scratch, off-site before heading to the cart. This basmati rice takes the longest to make, stirred for over 45 minutes and prepared in 40-pound batches, enough to fill
I
60
don't
to
watch
70
anymore,
platters.
but you guys seem
But
cool.
really, it's the
Here's
chicken
to
that takes the
45.
most
This was
care
a
and
Josh, the
attention.
Jaff, the
It's
Jaff one.
always marinated for 12 hours. And although the recipe is secret, Middle Eastern street meats generally use a marinade of herbs, lemon, olive oil, salt, and pepper. The Halal Guys wait to chop the chicken until it's fully cooked.
Wait, what?
Even though I'm a vegetarian, I'm still bricked
Guys,
up
guys,
on God.
guys.
Salt and
I feel this is like the most basic thing you could say of something spiced with them.
the Halal Guys wait to chop the chicken until it's fully cooked. This way, it stays tender and becomes as juicy as can be.
After we cook it and well done, we cover up by the pita bread. You will
Oh,
get
it's
the
on the herbs,
flavor of the chicken in the pita bread.
Next comes the beloved beef gyro, which is half cooked on a vertical spit. Another secret recipe, the seasoning likely has a mix of traditional gyro spices like salt, pepper, paprika, and oregano. Cooks shave it as soon as the meat becomes a dark brown color, using a mechanic slicer rather than a knife because it's quicker and more consistent. Back at the cart, the gyro shavings are placed on the stove and chopped into even squares. Initially, the Halal Guys serve gyro meat in long shavings,
Who cares
like
that it's
many
cut
other
with a fucking
halal
machine
food
or not?
vendors. But they switched to smaller
Nobody cares.
pieces in order to keep up with demand. And finally, but maybe most importantly, comes this question.
White sauce all over?
Yeah, just all over the chicken, please.
Okay, no problem.
Like a lot of it. Yeah.
You have to get the sauces. Most importantly, the white sauce. I personally never asked the exact name of it, but that really makes the meal.
It's just white sauce.
Right. I think we all call it white sauce.
Carts across the city have tried to mimic the recipe, but the Halal Guys says no other place has cracked the code. Based on the to-go packets
sometimes
of
people
white
say
sauce,
axe.
this creamy substance
Why is
is
it
a
axe?
combination of mayo, black pepper, vinegar, salt, and a few other ingredients.
I hear sometimes in videos.
But one thing we're sure about,
I
the
forgot the
red
axe.
sauce
What is
isn't
that?
for everyone.
We call the hot sauce 911 because it's very, very spicy. I personally have not tasted it.
What? Ever?
Never. I don't eat spicy. I cannot tolerate spicy.
The sauce has a Scoville rating between 100,000 and 130,000, which is over 40 times hotter than Tabasco.
Hot sauce too?
The cart guys won't let you walk away without telling you just how spicy it can be, and recommend taking a couple of packets to go rather than drizzling too much on your platter.
I love the white sauce, and I love spicy, so definitely love the red sauce too. Recommend both.
Just wanted to say, I think you're really
Okay.
cool.
Wait, this barbecue? Oh, dude.
30 years ago, there were few halal carts in Manhattan, until the halal guys opened one on West 53rd and 6th Avenue. It didn't take too long to win over customers, particularly cab drivers looking for an easy way to eat halal.
At that time, they didn't find any halal food in New York City. So they came up with the idea, there's a lot of Muslims here. Why can't we provide a full halal meal for Muslim cabbies? And it started that way.
Now, street meat is everywhere. But those cabbies...
Guys, I thought only stuff like pork were haram. Haram. So even other meats sometimes, if they're not done right, they're still haram.
have spread the word about the platters and gyros specifically from the halal guys.
We have deals for cab drivers, okay, like better pricing.
So it's the correct meat, done the correct way, and now it's finally halal.
Not to mention, there's even an express taxi line for drivers only.
It's unfair, but this is their policy. That if you're a cab driver, you don't have to wait in the line. You just skip from here, and we give you your sandwich or whatever the meal, and you keep going. So.
Halal street food has become a staple meal for New Yorkers and a rite of passage for visitors. The cart has been praised by magazines, radio stations, and celebrities.
Just something you have to try. It's like you can't go to New York and not try halal, guys.
What does it remind you of?
Home.
Haram.
Love. Sweetness, not sweetness, spiciness. Oh my God, the chicken is so tender. The rice is exquisite. And the white sauce, I would die for the white sauce. Just how the white sauce complements the chicken and the spices that it's marinated in.
I really loved it. I regret not trying it sooner. Now I'm gonna spend the rest of my life eating more of it.
Hot sauce or no hot sauce?
Hot sauce.
Yeah, you have it right now, right?
Yeah.
All right, no problem. Enjoy your food, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.